my grandparents' ranch. The original house was built in the early 1800s and the graveyard from the original family is still there. When my family first bought the property, the previous owners were still living there for a few weeks until they moved. My grandpa was out riding around and saw a guy from a distance dressed in slacks and a white shirt. My grandpa assumed it was the previous owner, so he drove up to say hi. As he got closer, the guy walked behind a bush and seemingly disappeared into thin air. He told the previous owner about it and he asked, was he wearing a white shirt, and apparently they've seen him a lot wandering around in the evening, almost always when my grandpa saw him too. A few months later, when I first visited, me and my cousin were playing PS2 in the living room around midnight. There is a huge sliding glass door facing the backyard and barn. I noticed the people walking around outside with what looks like rifles and Civil War caps. It looked like they were marching almost. Eventually they kept going into the darkness, while me and my cousin were shitting ourselves in silence. Nothing really happened for the next few years besides footsteps and weird feelings. I would hear super loud footsteps at night and assume it's someone walking into the kitchen. I got creeped out, so if someone else was awake, I would take that opportunity to go get food. When I realized no one else was awake, I ran back into my room. Fast forward to when I lived there during college. I had my own little cabin down the road, and it was really creepy, but cool. One night I had a friend over and we were up pretty late. We heard some footsteps on the gravel outside and then louder footsteps on the front porch. Then I saw a silhouette of someone through the window walking around. I jumped up to go make sure it wasn't some methead, but when I walked out front there was nobody there. And it's an open area, so there would be no place for anyone to run or hide. Safe to say we didn't get any sleep that night. That's about all the super creepy stories I have, but plenty of your typical paranormal things have happened over the years. This was on the Devil's Backbone in Texas, BTW. If you know the stories of that area, you know.